let me just go back over that again. So I believe that souls in soul world make a decision either on their own or with someone else that they're going to come to earth and get in an earthly body, use it as a vehicle to achieve what they need to achieve to get more advanced on their spiritual side. So they have like a soul bucket list, and they will achieve all of that somehow, or as much as they can, otherwise they come back and find it harder whilst they're in your earthly body. Now, they have their own end date, which is when they pass over, and that is a major celebration for the soul. It's not a major celebration often by humans, because you see it as a loss. You see it as a loss of the human person that was around you, not as a celebration of the soul achieving what it needed to and going home. But when you go home, you'll think, oh yeah, I can see that, I know that. Oh, why did I get upset about that? Oh, my soul needed that. You'll go through all that and you'll realize. So when the soul comes in, usually whilst you're in the womb, I believe it comes in whilst you're in the womb. And then what happens is parents, families, social media, I'll say, TV, media of any kind, all start to deprogram what you've planned to do. They give you their opinions and they steer you in a way that you might not have been intended. But that's because you're a little baby and you need help. But you take on board everything that those humans say to you as what you need to do, until you get older or a little bit older and you start to fight it, or you feel resistance and you try not to be or do what your parents are saying. It's not always because you're a naughty child. It's often because your soul is crying out for you to do things in a certain way. Like, I'm a major black sheep of the family. I fought the whole way. So I kind of can feel that. And I guess some of you will be, and still probably are. But for me, nobody knows any different. It would only be like when our generations feed it to the younger generations and they start to see things like that. So within all of this, taking out of you what you came here to do and have, your soul then will be striving for you to listen to it. And it will be putting opportunities, it will be putting experiences, it'll be guiding you to coincidences, deja vus, and all these things, so that you begin to start to take on board, oh, I've got a soul. Sorry, somebody just sent a message on Linktree. I don't know if it's somebody that needs to get in here. Let me just have a little look. So you start to then, oh no, I'm not going to do that. You start to release and you start to rebel against what you've been taught by family and everyone. And you start to connect to your soul. And that's when things for you get a whole lot better. But things from the other people's point of view, they'll be like, what are you doing that for? That's not for you. We don't do it like this. That's not how we do it in a family. Or you shouldn't be eating that, or you shouldn't be doing that. But really, you're trying to connect to your soul and doing what you feel is right for you. It's like when you lose someone close to you, you find that so difficult, but that's your human emotion. But really, it's that person's soul that needs to go over. But your soul needs to experience the passing of loved one, partner, child, whatever. Your soul needs to experience that, but the human gets in the way of that. So if we could really connect to soul and say, yeah, okay, I know that needed to happen. I am upset, and I will be upset for a while because I'm human, but then I'm going to release that quite quickly, regardless of what other people say around me, and I'm going to get on with my life. And if a lot more people kind of looked at things that way, I think people wouldn't be stuck in their lives so much as they are now. So the soul has its mission and it has its purpose, and it cries out to you to recognize that. So for me, in all the experience of connecting to people, one-to-ones, group settings, and all of that, the common denominator of finding your soul purpose is something you've already done. So for example, you know me, and most of you know me, prior to being fully on my spiritual path, I was a teacher in IT. Prior to that, I just had any old jobs anywhere and everywhere, but I always reached manager level, whatever job it was, wherever in the country or world I was, I always reached manager and then I left. But I never set out to do that. It just always happened. And it wasn't until I was thinking about what I'd done in my life that I thought, oh yeah, I've always done that. Somehow it's always happened, always. So my soul obviously needed to experience that, but it was given so subtly. I'd climb up the ladder and then I was there, and then I left because I'd achieved what my soul needed to, I guess. So when you get on your, when you're on your path, so what you learn and what you do in your past, you bring some of that forward with you. So I bring teacher forward because I teach spiritual stuff now, but I learned teacher and used it with IT, but teacher is the common denominator. And so is, you know, when you have all your different illnesses and things like that, they make you empathic towards other people, and they give you the knowledge that a lot of people need to help themselves to move forward. And you'll always find that your soul purpose, if you want to give it that title, is taken from what you've experienced to date. So you need to think about, what have you experienced to date? Feed out of that all the things that feel good when you think about it. And then you look for your passion. So your passion is the thing that makes you smile. So if I think about people experiencing their life purpose, because I help people to find their life purpose, and whether it's through readings or something like this, I get a happy feeling in my face. I want to smile. When I think about giving people readings and messages from the other side, I feel happy inside. And when I do all of the other work that I do, I have that feeling inside me that I know it's right. So you're looking for that feeling inside that makes you smile with something that you do now or that you've done in the past. That's what you're looking for. So have a think of what you do, what have you done, what felt good, what is good, and what from your life experiences can you bring forward if you're looking to create a business or just looking to create a space where you know why you're here. Have a think and share with us if you want to. I know a lady that's corporate lady, really into corporate everything. And she wasn't happy, but she was earning. She got a nice car, nice house, all the rest of it. She says, I've got all of that, Jan, but I'm not happy. And I says, well, what makes you smile? What's your passion? And it was animals. She says, I'd do anything for my animals. I love my animals. And she ended up opening an animal hotel, dogs and cats and anything, I think, hotel, but she kept a corporate side, and she'd go and do maybe 2 or 3 sessions a month training people in the corporate world. So she got the best of both worlds, the corporate to bring in the extra money to help her to build a business with her animals, and she's happy as anything. And she never ever thought she could do anything like that because she loved the corporate. So what makes you smile? What makes you happy inside? Do you know?
Mine's animals as well. Like when I was a delivery driver, it was always oh, you know, which dogs have I got on my route today, because I got to know my customers by their dogs, and I knew all the dogs' names, but I didn't know the customers' names. So yeah, I mean, I just absolutely adore animals. And it took me a long time to realize how happy they made me.
Yeah.
Because I've always worked in, prior to being a delivery driver, I've always worked in offices. I've always been, you know, a secretary PA, and then I was a paralegal for 6 years. And then I went delivery driving, and I absolutely loved it. But I loved it because of the dogs. I didn't love it because I was delivering parcels. It was the dogs that made it. You know, if I went on a farm, oh my God, I was in absolute heaven. Like sheep and cows and dogs and cats and everything you can imagine, and alpacas and all sorts. And it brings a smile to my face every single time just talking about them.
So that somehow is your purpose. So somehow you need to fit that into your life now, whether it's using your dog to help other people, if you're needing to make money and have it as a business, working out how you can make that as a business. You might go into old people's homes and take your dog, and they love your dog. You know, there's anything and endless possibilities that you can do. But to do, I know you lost your husband not long ago, haven't you?
Not me.
No. Oh, it wasn't you.
No, it was a very close friend.
Oh yeah.
He was an ex-boyfriend as well, but yeah.
Right, I was thinking it was husband. But so I mean, if you're in grieving stage, then you just need to perhaps think about it for a little while longer. But to see how you can fit that in with your life, or what adaptations that you can make to do with animal communication and helping other people. It's always helping other people, because so you're here to serve and help people with your experiences and your passions. So that's what you're going to look for, how you can fit that in to your life to help others. What do you think you can do?
I feel like I need to be healing animals in some way.
Healing them?
Yeah. It's just because I get so upset when I see sick animals or injured animals, and all I want to do is like get hold of them and fix them, and you know, and I'm seriously considering retraining as a veterinary nurse.
Right.
It's just one of those things that, like I say, I mean, I turned 50 in December, and it's taken me this long to realize what makes me happy.
That's normal for a lot of people. You
know, because it's when you're a kid, it's like, well, you need to make money, you need to buy a house, you need to do this, you need to do that. You know, and I did all that.
But that's your conditioning, not really what you wanted.
Yeah, looking back, I mean, buying my house made me happy, but the work I did to get the house, when I look back, didn't.
Yeah. So now you need to make your decisions on, am I going to train as a nurse? Am I going to do maybe spiritual healing or animal healing, be an animal communicator? Are you going to go down the spiritual route, holistic route, depending, you know, how much training you want to do? So that's where your thoughts should be going now.
Yeah.
Do you go around horses? I can see horses around you.
I live in a little village that's absolutely surrounded by fields, and I mean, I love horses, and there is a horse sanctuary not far from me.
I would go there and see what they do there and see if you can help. There's something strong with horses as well. Maybe they might need a volunteer or something, a couple of hours a week.
Yeah.
I feel this, that feels strong, and that will guide you to something else.
Right.
Have you been to it before?
I have been to it before, yeah.
I'd go with a different feeling, you know, just go with that you're looking for something, you're looking for that feeling that you're going to get whilst you're there, for something for you for the future.
Right.
It might be that you just need to talk to the people there and say something along the lines of that you feel that your next calling in life, if you like, is to work with animals. Have they got any suggestions? That kind of thing. Have a conversation with them.
Yeah.
And that would be a starting point. But there's definitely horses around you. Not spiritually, it's not from spirit side thing, you know, in your life.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So watch this space then with you.
Indeed.
Do you feel ready to take it forward?
Yeah, I do. I think I've got a little bit more work to do on myself with the grieving.
Yeah.
But I do feel like I'm getting towards the end of that.
That's good.
So yeah, once I've released the grief, I am super ready to go forward with that.
Yeah. Sometimes it's not always a case of waiting till you've done one thing. Sometimes if you put a new thing in, it helps the other thing happen quicker. So to do your realign and all that and finish all that off, definitely. But bringing something new in will help the grieving to move out of the way for this one. So if you just wait till your grieving's finished, it could be a never ending kind of a feeling that you've got there, and you might not want to excuse me, you might prolong not doing what your passion is.
Right.
I'm not saying rush into anything, but just think about that one can push the other one out quite easily. Yeah. October's significant as well, to do with that or your purpose.
Okay.
You know, this lady's emailing me saying that the password's incorrect. I've told her it's Jan and sent her the link. I don't know what else to do. I tried both of the posted logins. It tells me the passcode is incorrect.
Did you tell her it was capital?
Yeah.
It did that when I tried to get on the laptop, but I don't know. I did get in eventually, didn't I?
Yeah. I think Zoom is a bit temperamental sometimes. I've just sent her a screenshot. So it's right. So it's right what I've sent her. And she's already been in. It's Jen. How weird. I don't know. I don't know. I can't help anymore. Yeah, sometimes Zoom's a little bit temperamental. So where do you feel you're at, Emma?
Sorry, I have to put not on mute because of the kids. I was just thinking about it then, like where you was talking then and stuff. And it's like, what have I done through my whole life? If anything was constant through it all. And it would be that I've always helped other people. I've always been there for the people. But I don't have any of them people around me. It's like when they're done, they're done. And we part ways without, you know, without negativity, or just, we just seem to drift apart and not speak again, but it feels natural.
Yeah.
And when I was doing the paranormal work, like I've been doing that for 5 years now, I've had a lot of people that have come to join the team, and I've helped them from not being able to do anything to getting them to open up and do certain things they've got and see things, and I've made people believe in the other world, if you know what I mean, like the universe. I've helped them to believe in it, and even skeptics have stood there like blooming heck, I need to rethink this. And it makes me feel amazing that I can bring people to the spiritual side of their life and bring them up. And then it's like, as soon as I've done it, I'm off.
Yeah, because
And
you've done
I
what you
think
need to do.
I think only once someone's asked me something like that, and I says, well, we're there, I'm here if you need me, but you don't need me no more. I came into your life, you've learned all you've done, you're doing your plants, you're doing this and that, and that's it. You're off doing what you're doing, and you don't need me no more, therefore. But I've noticed that's been a pattern all my life. And children have always been, you know, my brothers and sisters, looking after them, always been around cousins and other family friends' children, and growing up with my children and my friends having children, and always kind of being family children orientated as well. So they're the two things that have stood out to me. But school was going good. Like I said, you know, I was doing my first aid training. I've done some special training things there, and I've learned quite a bit that I'd have never have known before. And I've got all that here with me at home where I can keep and go over it all when I want to.
Yeah.
But then I've had so many problems the last couple of months. Obviously with being suspended, and then I got that back. And then last week or Monday, I got told off for something to do with Friday that was nothing to do with me. Yesterday, I got told off for being politically incorrect. I've never been told that term in 37 years of my life.
Oh,
And that's confused me a bit. But I've tried to not think about it. I understood where they were coming from. I seen what I said and how it could be taken the wrong way or something. I don't know. But I didn't do anything wrong. Just the word I used, terminology, wasn't the correct terminology. And I've got two teachers who are fumingly angry with me, not a little bit, like they're seriously angry with me, to where the teacher didn't even speak to me today at work. And I just smiled and carried on doing my job and act like it didn't, you know, I just did act how I normally do. But I'm just thinking, it's getting a bit much now. I don't think I'm meant to be here. I feel like I'm pushed out of there.
Yeah, I think you're right there. I think you've learned all you need to do. I feel that you've had all these experiences, and I know you've been through a tough time there. But I felt that you were never meant to leave in the middle of all the problems. It's needed to right itself. Well, it has righted itself, but now it's going off again. So looking for that space where, looking for that space where you can be, sorry, I lost the track then. Looking for that space where you can move out. So you've already made a little, you've shown the universe now that you've made a little plan, and you've asked if there's any job. Well, you've applied for that job at the bakers, but you know, that's just telling the universe that that's there, that you're ready for it. So when the universe sees that you're ready for it and you're ready to move and you've made the first move, that's when they'll come in now with their stuff.
Yeah, I don't feel that I'm meant to be working, well, obviously doing what I'm doing that. It's like, I'm not going to be working in a school setting. So where else would I be working? Or, you know, areas of things where I'm helping people, leading people in the right way, but still helping the children, because I feel that's my main thing.
But you don't need to know that. All you need to know is that you're good with children, you help people, then they disappear, and you can help people on the spiritual path, you can help people in life. That's your purpose, to help people, to connect with children, and whatever else you've said. So that's your nugget of your soul purpose. You don't have to know how you're going to do it. So if you just imagine that, you know, your little nugget of your soul purpose is like a lighthouse miles and miles away from you, then you're going towards that lighthouse. So anything that comes onto your path that remotely will get you to that lighthouse is an experience that you need to take. So somebody could put something on your path and it might be to do with old people. And you think, oh, I'd really like to do that. Oh, bless that old people. No, I'm meant to be working with children. So you kind of push that to one side. And when you do that, then a children thing comes in. But you don't have to know everything to do it. Do you know what I mean? You just need to know what you should be doing, and then recognize the opportunities when they come onto your path.
Yeah, it does feel good. That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, just know that that's what you're doing. That's what your purpose is. Like when I first wrote that first book that I ever wrote, I didn't know I was going to write a book. I just used to write stuff down. And then I used to do trance, and then I did something else. And then I got into suicide and things like that. And I was really strong into that. And I thought, wow, where's all this going? And then one day I just realized it was all there to go in a book, but I never knew I was going to write a book. I knew I was going to help people, but I didn't know how. And I didn't, fret about how. I just knew the universe would give it me. And the same for you and everyone else.
Yeah, so just relax with it, leave that part, and just know that what I'm doing is right. Because I think in the last one we did a meditation where we connected to soul. So talking about it now, and that I feel connected. My soul decides to live near where my belly button is.
Yeah, mine's always around there.
It's a little triangle pyramid, golden energy. That's how it shows itself to me when it's inside. And
fabulous.
It shows where my belly button is.
Yeah,
that's I can lovely. Feel it now as like I talk about that.
Yeah, because it's listening to you and it's happy with what you're doing. Sometimes I feel like I get the feeling of like your six pack, although I haven't got one, your six pack tightening up. And to me, that's my soul getting excited or saying, yeah, that's right. Recognize the signs.
Yeah, it feels good.
Yes. No worries. What about Jamie? Are you there? Well, I can't hear you. Let me turn myself up a bit.
Yeah, I'm just watching my dog.
You're watching your dog?
Yeah. So just got back from the vets and that's, I'm keeping an eye on it.
Oh. Is he poorly?
No, I got spaded, so it's can't have many more pups.
Oh. So have you been listening to what we've said?
Yes.
I can't hear very well. I think my sound's right up to maximum.
It might be my microphone, it's a bit far away.
Oh, hang on, I can go higher. I always forget I have to press FN and then the plus button to get my sound up. I forget FN. Function, that isn't it? So from what we've said then and what we've talked about, what do you think yours is? What do you think you're here for?
I like helping people. I prefer to keep other people happy than focus on myself. I like looking after my dogs and people to need help. But yeah, I will always go out my way to make other people happy and make sure they're happy and then focus on anything I need to do.
You're like a robot. So what I got from that was you like helping people, then I couldn't hear the rest of it, then you go out of your way to make people happy. Yeah. So what I would say to that is you need to make sure that you've got happy inside you.
Yes.
Do you feel happy inside you?
I do.
So always work from the happy inside you to help other people on their path. Because if some people, they try and make other people happy, they try and do everything for other people, but they forget themselves. And if you don't make yourself connect internally to yourself and your soul, then you're never going to feel fulfilled in your own life. And you'll get on burnout from helping too many people and not having your own batteries charged. So in what ways, how can you see your life helping other people be your life?
I will help people out if they like got problems with anything. I'll try and help them see a different side to that problem.
Yes.
I'll try and help them figure a way to get away from the problem, or if they can make it easier on themselves.
That's
Yeah.
good.
If
Carry on.
they listen, they will take it on. It's how they feel afterwards.
Yeah.
But I will always ask them in a couple of days if they decide on what they want to do.
That's perfect. So do you make this a job or make this a business, or do you just do it?
No, I just do it. If I know a friend or someone down, I'll try and help them.
How old are you, Jamie?
I'm 29.
29. Oh, I love to be 29. Do you remember 29? So good. It was a good wine for me, that was. So what I will say is there will come a point where you'll need to make this your life, as in you'll make it your business. You'll make it your earnings. You'll just make it so that it will all be you. That's what it will be. So you'll have your own Jamie, like consulting or something like that. You'll have that because you're going to notice that more and more people, not just friends, will start to come to you just randomly, and then it will escalate from there. So what I would be doing now is starting to think about, how can I make this a business? How can I make this my life? I really love doing this. It feels right. I don't want to do anything else. How can I make it? And when you ask the universe, so when you're saying that to yourself, how can I make it? It's like you're asking the universe to come and help you. And then they will do. They'll put things on your path. But the universe usually only helps people when they start to move forward themselves. So you've got it, and it's good you've got it now. And then you're going to make it into some kind of a business somehow, even just on social media. It doesn't matter, because loads of stuff is social media these days, but out in the community and different things as well.
Yeah.
But that's going to come in. So start thinking about that. I would now.
Yes.
Think about the skills that you've got. One of the things I liked was when you said you might get them to look at things differently, and you have to do that, because if people keep looking at their life as it is now, it's never going to change. It's always going to be the same. So you have to show people how to look at things differently, and that's like spot on for you. Perfect.
Yeah.
So that's what I would do if I was you. I'd be thinking about that now, or what your skills are, what you're good at, like what you've just told me there. Get a little book and start writing it all down. And before you know it, you'll have, you might even have a course written or something, because you've put all this stuff together that you didn't know you'd got, that the universe is giving you more of, and you're away.
Yeah.
But you're quite a spiritual person, aren't you, anyway?
I've been lately.
Yeah. You're going to open up now to all things spiritual, because you've taken the first steps. And like I said earlier, it's all about taking the first steps. Once you take the first steps, then the universe brings it in for you.
Yeah.
So that's good. Well done, you. And I hope your dog gets better soon. It'll be sore. Oh, have you got any questions?
Third time I've been in this.
Sorry?
Third time I've been in once. I thought I'd come and see what I get.
Yeah.
And I'm happy with that.
Good. Well done. Brilliant.
Thank you.
You'll learn from other people as well.
Yes.
So, Laura, what do you think? Are you able to talk?
Yeah, I can talk. Well, for me, it's swimming at the moment, and exercise, meeting different people. Like, there's a group here now, 10 of us, that all go at the same time to the pool. And like, we go out for meals at Christmas and things like that. So it's like all friendly.
That's nice.
Yeah.
So just
So,
to keep pursuing that, isn't it? Just to keep
Yeah.
pursuing that, and there'll be things within that friendship group that you'll notice that make you feel good or don't make you feel
Yes.
good. So,
yes,
and you'll work out who and what and why, the genuine ones and all that. But
Mhm.
for me, I mean, I know how much you love your swimming and everything, and your exercise gives you a buzz, doesn't it?
yeah, it does.
Yeah.
And like there's old people, younger people, it's all different ages. Yeah, it's brilliant.
So when you get older, you've got all that wisdom of your years, haven't you, to
Yeah,
share with the younger ones. And
that's right.
and it's good when you can converse with younger people as well.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I watched I can't remember who it was now. Someone, and they were in their 30s, and they're really a bit like Tony Robbins, but it wasn't Tony Robbins. Do you know Tony Robbins? The, you know, I forget what he's called now.
Motivational speaker guy.
Yeah, there was somebody like him, and he was talking, and he was saying that the young people should listen to the older people because we've got the wisdom and the years that they've still got to go through. Instead of
Yeah.
shunning us and thinking they're old, can't be bothered with them, they should be
Mhm.
listening. And it's
Yeah.
so true, you know.
It is. Like I've learned so much of different ladies at the
Mm,
pool. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
And we
definitely.
also, yeah, exactly. And we also learn from young people because that helps us keep up with the time. So it's just a
Mhm.
double-edged sword, really. But I
Yeah.
don't know about you, but I just, this is what, like, the best time in my life, this age now. I just
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah.
You're happy with yourself, you feel confident, you feel good with what you're doing.
Uh-huh.
It's just lovely. And I
Yeah.
get that from you as well, Lorna.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. So
Yep.
for you, I would just carry on doing what you're doing, except no falling over.
I know. I know.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
and then, you know, you might find that group leads you somewhere else, or maybe you don't necessarily want to go swimming sometime, or the pool might be closed, but you all still meet up, and you might find
Yeah.
other things in common with each other. You know, it will
Yeah.
lead you down different roads. It's lovely.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's good then. You're there,
Mhm.
really.
Yeah.
And all the time, remember that it's your soul that wants the experience. So even if it's a not so good experience, what does my soul need to experience from this? Why am I getting it? What can I do to make myself work through it quicker? You know, all that kind of stuff. Think
Uh-huh.
about it in your life. Try and work it out so you get through things quicker,
Right.
or easier, should I say.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, my heart. Who else? Diane?
Sorry, I'm just eating a bit of a sandwich.
Oh, do you want to wait?
It's all right. I've only got a little bit left. Well, I've always served people all my life in different ways, you know, whether it's in catering or shop, supermarket, and well, you know, I'm a carer. I've been a carer for 20 years, but I don't know whether it's because I'm grieving though, because since I've lost Josh, I'm finding it hard because, you know, I have to lift people up in their spirits and help them. And obviously I'm fighting with that myself, so I don't know whether it's just a stage I'm at the minute, but I'm feeling like I want to change, but I do love helping the people. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. You might need a change. And, you know, when people pass, and I know, like Josh was you're so close to Josh, when people pass, it's often a catalyst for us to change. So maybe that's his passing is a catalyst for you to change. I do see you coming out of that job, and I have seen you coming out of it for a while, but I know you was waiting to do with something to do with the council and that, I think, wasn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, that's a private bit. But yeah, I do see you coming out of that. I don't know what I see you doing because I'm not being shown, but
Right.
definitely if you get the opportunity, or if there's something else that comes up, I would be taking it, because it,
Right.
like I said, it's often a catalyst when someone passes over to give you a shove to do what you're the next part of your life.
Yeah, I'm just
But
feeling that I need that change. Yeah.
Yeah, because you might still be helping people, but you'll be helping them in a different environment, not the same one that you've done. I know it's different people, different houses, but it's the same kind of thing, isn't it?
Yeah,
So
it could just be the company. I'm not sure.
yeah,
Keep changing things, which changing
So
shifts and things. Yeah.
So like you say, it could be a different company that you work for. It could be different people, like maybe teenagers, or caring for different somehow. You might go into a not a care home. I don't see you going in a care home, but I can see they're bringing in something along the lines of, I don't know what you call them really. Children that aren't in their own home. I can't really work out how to say it. Children that aren't in their own home, like in a care home for children. That's what I can see. But going up to teenage years, and I can see you in there doing something.
Oh, there is one. There's one up the road. Funny enough, that's got teenagers, and they've got like eating disorders and stuff. I have thought about that one.
Well,
but that they obviously stay there.
Yes,
Like residential, yeah.
But there might be something, an opening there for you. I definitely see you going to a building where there's more people instead of going to a home.
Right, okay.
So if you've thought about it, maybe you've thought about it for a reason.
Yeah.
That you need to
I do
go.
like going to the people's houses, and I do love to see the people, but like I say, yeah, I think it just feels doomy gloomy. Yeah. Because of what's happened to me. Does that make sense? Yeah.
Yeah, because you're trying to, like you say, you're trying to lift others, but you need to try and lift yourself as well. But,
yeah.
And also you was in that work when Josh passed. So subconsciously you've got all that, well, I was doing this when Josh passed. So it's all in your mind. Whereas if you go to a fresh place, it's like, oh, it's different. It just feels better.
Yeah, I get that.
But definitely your caring just carries on, doesn't it? You've set that scene, so that's not going to change.
Yeah,
But,
I feel like that's my purpose. Yeah.
Yeah.
To help
Definitely.
other people. Definitely, yeah.
I'd find out about the eating disorder place.
Right. Okay.
Just see if there's anything going, or just have a little look around and just suss it out a bit.
Yeah.
If it's not that, it would be something similar.
Okay.
But then that's exciting because it's different and new.
Yeah.
Challenge. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I can't get any more on that. That feels fine.
Thanks, Jo.
Yeah, thank you. So I'm glad you made it, Kate and Jen. I don't know, so a couple of other people I put one of the passwords in on my website wrong, so I have to apologize for that. But I have corrected it and I did send you the links, but other people have had problems coming in as well. So I don't think it wasn't just you. Always make sure your Zoom's up to date, because it is quite, what's the word, temperamental sometimes. And it shouldn't be, but it is. But nice to see you both. So Jen, are you able to talk?
I am.
Good.
Thank you for helping me to get on. I apologize for being late. I actually started like 15 minutes before start time. So
where did you go though? Because I saw you come in, you could have just stayed in.
Did you see me come in?
Yeah, because I got a message coming up saying such and such has entered the room. I was messing about sorting paperwork out, and I didn't actually see you, but I saw your name come up, and then you'd gone, and I thought, why didn't you just stay in?
That is odd. Yeah, because it wasn't showing that I was connected. So that's very strange. But well, there we go. Maybe I just messed myself up.
Never mind, you're here now.
Yeah.
So where do you feel you are with your soul purpose?
I think I'm still trying to figure out or solidify what it is exactly. I know that I just feel that my calling is to work with children, especially. And I feel it's, I have this, I feel it is to help people to demystify the spiritual world, as well as the transition to death, and kind of remove that fear of death for people. Not just necessarily the people that are passing or dying, but the people who are living and losing their loved ones.
Yeah. So that's amazing. A lot of people fear death, and a lot of people shy away from death. But I think, so where are you to doing this now? Sorry, I'm going off tangent here. Where are you to doing this?
I'm actually still working on my healing, to be able to kind of work towards it. I feel that I'm getting closer and closer all the time to being able to open up more, to being able to help other people. Through the healing, I'm also doing more learning, and working on my mediumship skills as well, because I think that's going to really, in talking with spirit, because that's going to be a key point in helping people in that transition as well.
Yeah.
It's not going to be like the main thing, but it's going to be, is definitely going to help in that aspect. And, obviously continuing to work on the psychic stuff as well while I'm healing. I'm hoping that come this summer, so say end of June, July, that I can really start opening up and doing more work with other people, like start doing, maybe some free mediumships and things like that, to get more out there, more comfortable with strangers and giving strangers messages.
Yeah. People you don't know.
Yes.
Yeah. That's really good. And you have to do this, or you don't have to, but it's always a good way. But make sure you don't get into the trap of everybody thinking you give everything for nothing.
That's one of my fears too. I've heard a lot of psychic mediums say that a lot of people, or they become very needy and clingy, and they want the answers to everything.
Yeah.
And those are usually the people who are hurting the most, right?
No, they're people that don't help themselves.
Very good point.
Sorry, it's true.
No, that is true. Yeah, that is true. They're just searching for answers versus yeah. I never thought of it that way.
You find the people that are really hurting might not reach out, or they reach out for one thing, and they might reach out and say, oh, I want to talk to my dad on spirit side, but really they're hurting themselves. So you end up doing a therapy to them, but as if dad's speaking it, because it's dad that they want. So he's telling them to heal, and they take it like that way. But the people that want you every minute of every day are the ones that just won't help themselves. They want you to tell them what to have for breakfast sometimes. Yeah. And you have to be careful, because I don't think we're going off on a tangent a bit, but I don't think it's helpful for them. And I usually say the universe wants to see you making a move yourself before they'll come and help you. So encourage them to do something for themselves, not always get words from spirit. But yeah, I think it's that way. That's how I've experienced it anyway. But yeah, so to do you free, but make sure you get the balance. So I always give so much free, and and the rest of it is paid. And I'm really strict with that. I never used to be. I used to go, oh no, all right, then I'll do it for nothing. But my electric bills have got to be paid, and all the same as everybody else. And yours will be the same as that. So definitely finding the balance. So give a bit, say, 5 minutes or an email or whatever, and then say, if you want any more, this is how much it costs. But you must start out like that. I definitely see with the transitioning and the death, and that's like a little tiny business on its own. And I feel that to do that and take, like you say, demystify the way people feel about death, or where their loved ones go, will help so many people. And I can see you creating like a little nugget of that as a little standalone kind of business or course, or delivering it somehow, somewhere. But it will come about from the you've told the universe now you're going to do that. And the universe will bring in people that want readings, but they also want to know about passing, what's it like, for as far as we can tell them, and what else that they need to know. So you'll get the people for the readings that need to know the answers to that as well. That's how the universe works.
I love that. I love
Yeah.
that. Yeah, the universe definitely, it's it definitely orchestrates a lot of things that we don't see.
Definitely. It does. And then all of a sudden you think, whoa, I've been doing that for how long? When did that come in? You know, it's a bit of a shock, isn't it?
Absolutely, absolutely. Or the
I'm
things that you
getting,
know, and you're like, how do I know this?
yes, yeah. And I was just saying earlier, Laura's hurt her arm, and so she can't go swimming, which is a passion and a love. But I was saying to her before you came in that often the universe will give you something to stop, to make you stop. Like her arm, she can't go and do what she normally does, so she's got to rest. Or sometimes with me, I get made tired, so I have to sleep in the day, or I get a cold or something. When I'm doing too much and I'm not allowing the universe to come and talk to me. So allowing that, having that space for them to come and talk to you, I think is what I was going to say there, Jen.
Yeah, yes, absolutely. I think that's the biggest thing that I've learned too, is that you know, you have to make that consistent time. Otherwise you don't grow, right?
Yeah, exactly. And I'm getting November as a really, really strong month for you for some development of some sort. You know, I don't mean a development course or anything like that. I just mean something is going to develop and shine out in November for you.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you.
Yeah, look for that. And then what I'm getting with the children, I don't know what age you were thinking of, but I'm getting that, what age was you thinking of?
Like young, starting, well, kind of was staged. So the young ones talking about like the spirituality and stuff and introducing them to things, because get them to acknowledge their gifts and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
also as they age, if they experience the loss of grandparents or anything like that, help them to understand what that's about too.
Yeah, I see you teaching children to heal as well, spiritual healing.
I love that.
Yeah. Obviously it depends on the parents and you know, but or you could advertise something and bring the parents in on it as well, or the parents bring the children. But I definitely see I can see lots of children's hands on other children healing them, but I can see that's part of what you'll be doing.
Thank you.
Feels really good, that does. So you're on your way, aren't you? You know what your purpose is. You know you want to be helping people to understand death and transitioning, and anything else that goes with that, and also your children's stuff. And I'm going to put healing in there. But like you say, you just need to work on yourself a little tiny bit more, and then you'll be ready. Amazing. Are you going to use social media like Facebook or something for your practicing?
Yeah, I think that's nowadays that's almost the only way you can do it, right?
It is.
It's just like when you attend a class, even if it's in the same city, it seems to be online, right?
It does. I know. Do you think it'll ever go back to the community?
You know what? I think that I don't. It's just too convenient this way. And this is like the new fandangled ease of things in connecting people in the world, right? That's just my belief. And I think COVID did that. And on one hand, it's great because you can talk to people on the other side of the world and as though you're friends, but At the same time, it's you miss that human touch, if you will.
Yeah, and I think, I mean, it amazes me as well when you do like spiritual courses and things online, and the energy that you share between you all is just amazing. A lot of people say, oh, you're not going to feel this, or you won't feel that, and it just be empty, but it isn't. It's never empty. It's just like you're in the same room.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, well, I wish you well in everything that you're doing. It just sounds wonderful.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh,
I have to pop off shortly for work. I believe it's not, please don't think I'm not wanting to participate. It's just I have to pop off.
that's fine, Jen. And we won't be long anyway now. We've just got to talk to Kate, and then if anybody's got any questions, then that'll be it. So thank you for eventually getting in, and it's lovely to hear your voice. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Take care. So Kate.
Hello. I've not
Hello,
used this before.
Have you not?
No.
You've done it though, you're here.
Yes, finally. Sorry for being late.
Doesn't matter. So where are you in your life?
I am, I think, been pushed into one of my job roles that I already do at the moment. I had a couple of clients just pop in before I took this job, and they were pushing me towards doing it before I even knew myself that I was doing it. So I'd like to think that that is what I'm here for.
What is it?
It's permanent makeup tattooing.
Oh. Is that for people that have, like, you know, sometimes on people that have got disfigurements and that?
Not at the moment, no. So most of my clients, well, a few of them are before they have chemo. I think I'd have to be a lot more experienced before I started doing like medical tattooing as such.
Oh, is that what it's called?
Yes, yeah.
I can see you doing that.
The medical tattooing.
I can see you doing, yeah, if that's what it's called, or something along those lines.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you enjoy this?
Yeah, I love doing it. Yeah.
Good. So is that what you feel your sole purpose is?
I think so. I'm not 100% sure, but I would like to think so.
I think there's something else as well. What are your other loves?
So I don't really know. What else do I love doing? I don't know, just making my clients feel better about themselves. I don't really know what else.
There's another something, because when I look at this, I can see you doing it, and I can see that it's right. I can see that it pleases your soul. You might want to listen back to this where I described what soul purpose and everything is when we first came in.
Yeah.
I'll put it on my YouTube.
Okay, thank you.
So Jan's channeling channel, and it will be under subscriber.
Perfect, thank you.
So I see your permanent makeup. I see that's good. It feels right. It feels right in my belly, so therefore it is in yours. But then I've got a question mark by the side of that. The question mark is, what else is there? And I feel that permanent makeup, what else does it go to? There's something that works with it. It's not this medical tattooing. There's something else. Permanent makeup. It's not nails and brows and all. It's not nails and lashes and all that. It's not that. They're not showing me what it is. They normally say. It's another branch to what you're doing. You'll need training. And you might, I can hear you saying, oh, that's too much hard work to get to that. But when you think that, that's what it is.
Yeah.
So it might be a year-long training, like, I don't know, twice a week or something like that, quite a lot, but it's going to give you an edge on the business.
Right. Okay.
But I'm not being shown exactly what it is. Just wait for that to come in.
Okay.
I don't think it'll come in till next year, March next year, that will come around you.
Right. Okay.
Keep your eyes and ears open, and oh, that's too much hard work, but it's what you need.
Yeah. Okay.
And setting this up you've set it up as a proper business now.
I have, yes. I do
Yeah.
it alongside my other job, so I would like to do it full time.
So what's your other job?
It is doing nails and brows and lashes.
Is it?
Yeah, it is.
So your nails and brows will go. They'll definitely go.
Yeah.
Your permanent makeup will take over. So you're kind of doing 60, 40, 30, 70. You'll do a balance like this. And as your permanent takes off, your other will drop and then it will go. That definitely will go. And then you'll get this chance for this other. I'm trying to see it. I'm trying so hard to see it. But sometimes they just put an opaque screen there. We're not meant to see it. You're meant to experience it.
Okay.
I can't see it.
No, it's not meant to be known at the minute.
No, it definitely isn't. But so yes, I want to say that the brows and that will go, and it won't just be your permanent, it will be something else as well.
Yeah.
And eventually there'll be 3 staff and you.
Oh.
So having a premises, have you got premises now?
No, that's what I would like.
Yeah, so you'll get your premises. There'll be 3 staff and you. There will be 4 at one time, but four plus you, but one of them must go.
Okay.
And that will be a challenge because you'll have to say, I can't have you here anymore because there's something about she's either a gossip or she's not on the same, she doesn't have the same mindset as you.
Okay. Yeah.
She will have to go. She's got a mole on her cheek. She's got dark hair, and without being rude or disrespectful, I feel she likes the mirror more than anything else.
Okay.
If you know what I mean.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's the mole that you'll know. She's got a mole. That's my left cheek. She's got a mole there. I don't know if it's painted on or a real one. But,
right. Okay.
and that's in the future. But you'll have your business premises. You'll have 3 staff in you, and you'll thrive. And you will thrive because you've got that energy. You've got that connection to other people, and you're making them feel good. So it's not just about making them feel good, it's all like your spirituality, if you like, will ooze out into and around them.
Oh, that's lovely. Thank you.
If I was you, I'd go on a spiritual healing course.
Yeah.
Just for the sheer fact that it helps you with energy. And when you're putting your hand stretching or whatever you do, healing will come through your hand to your client. You might put your hand there whilst you're stretching that or doing whatever, but healing will come through, and they'll all start to say, well, I feel so much better when I've been to see you.
And
it's not just the eyebrows and that.
No. Oh, that's lovely.
So if you have a mind, I would definitely do that.
Yeah,
but that's not your question mark.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
I keep getting the word Alderton, 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 Alderton. Don't know what that is.
No, I don't either.
Might be a street or something. What's your business name?
It's just my name, Kate Johnson, permanent makeup at the moment.
Are you thinking of changing it?
Possibly. If I was to get a premises, I would name the premises or the shop. Yeah.
I like that with your name.
Yeah, keep
Yeah.
the name.
I like that. I like that with the permanent, whatever you said underneath, permanent makeup or whatever.
Yeah,
Underneath. It feels good.
okay.
Because then people come in and they know that you're Kate, don't they? They don't think that you're
Somebody
Bubbles
else.
or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Yeah. So you're on your way. You're well on your way. That's really
On the
good.
way. Thank you.
Perfect. Can I ask you a question totally unrelated, really?
Yeah,
Do you know when people have eyebrows,
yeah.
can they be allergic to it?
Yes, you could become allergic to the pigment. Yeah,
And then what does that do? Make it all scabby and
it would. Yeah, if somebody was to have a reaction, it'd be like having an allergy to hair dye. But obviously it's tattooed in the skin, so whereas hair dye's on the surface, it's actually inside the skin. So if there was a reaction,
what would
I don't really know what would I assume the body would just push it all out. Yeah, just be really scabby.
That's just, it's funny that you come on, really, because I've been thinking of having mine done, because like underneath, I've got them dyed a little bit.
Yeah,
But underneath that, you can't see them because I'm blonde, like
yeah,
here. And then I thought, oh, I might have them done. But this time I had them dyed. I'm all itchy here and swollen. And I have
yeah.
been allergic to hair dye in the past. So probably it's not for me.
Well, to be honest, the most like specific colour that people are usually allergic to is red. And
Oh.
in a lot of brow pigments, because you're blonde, you would have to have a warm tone, which would contain a lot of red. And that's usually what people are generally allergic to, the red in the pigment.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you very
I'll
much.
just keep dyeing them. But yeah,
Yeah.
definitely see that for you.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Wow. See, you're all doing it, but you just don't realise sometimes. You're all on it and there.
Yeah.
So has anybody got any questions or want to say anything or talk about anything whilst we're here?
I was just going to ask Jan, or I don't know if or if the universe can answer, obviously. I've got an idea or an image in my head for where something could end up, and it's like I don't picture it as in think about it and picture it. I just sit here and then it will come into my mind. Is that the universe giving me that to where I'm going to end up, like where I'm looking after people and doing things, and that is that going to happen? Is that, if you know what I mean?
Yeah, so that's what happens. So so the universe will give you something, but it can be like way in the future, and it's like you see it, you know, if you're looking through your third eye, you can see a path, and then you see something like what that you're talking about, and yeah, they're just giving you a hint or saying this is where you can end up, keep going. And
yeah, that would be amazing if I do.
Yeah, just keep believing it though. Believe that you've got that, believe they're giving it to you, believe that you're working towards it. They've given me something. They gave me something 40 years ago. They gave me something and I'm still working towards it. But in my mind, I say, I know I'm going to do it. I know I'm going to do it. And I don't tell anybody what that is. Never told anyone. But I will tell you when it's there. But for over 40 years, it must be that I know something. I feel I'm getting close to it. And then you know, it'll just be so amazing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but same for you. Sometimes they give you things and you think, how the hell am I going to get to that? Or what's going to happen in my life to get me there?
Yeah,
but
with this
everything,
one, it's like that.
Yeah, but everything does. And it's just a case of seeing it, believing it, and going for it. And also, I believe that the universe doesn't give you anything that you're not capable of achieving.
Yeah, I feel it's like once I've been given it, it's like, yeah, we could do this then, I can picture this and we're going to have that there and this will happen, and it's like I can feel that and picture it and then meet things that are going to go around or with it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just keeping that up into it.
Yeah, and you feel it. You feel it and you know it. It's not you thinking it. So you can think anything, but you only normally think, human thinking only normally goes with what you know or what you've been conditioned. Everything else you've been told isn't for you. But what your soul is giving you, or the universe, is what your soul wants, which is beyond what you've been told you're capable of.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Good, you should look forward to your
Journey.
life. That's what you're saying. You're looking forward to your life.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the journey, and so many changes
Yeah.
have happened, and it just feels right now.
Yeah. It's amazing. Life is amazing. Just
It
sometimes
is.
we get stuck in it, you know. You've come so far. I mean, I know your journey for a good number of years now, and you've come so far.
I have, and I think my one of my life lessons, like a North Node thing, is having to do it on my own. Without, because when I was younger, I was very needy, and you need to do this, you need to do that, and I needed help with everything. And it's like now I've managed to get my own home. I've managed to bring my kids up on my own. I do everything on my own. You know, I'm capable of being independent, and I needed to learn that.
Yeah.
And I realised that now.
Yeah. You've done so well.
Done it.
Yeah. Yes, on it. On it. Fabulous. Anyone else want to say anything?
I just want to go back to sort of like where you started with the souls, like your body being a vessel as opposed to being, you know, something you should miss when you die. That's something I've always believed.
Yeah.
You know, I always say my nana's not. My nana was buried. You know, Catholic and all that rubbish. So my nana was buried, and I've always said, I mean, I used to go and visit the grave, but I always said she wasn't there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I've never wavered from that kind of belief either.
Yeah. It's important that you have your own beliefs and that you have your own faith and you have what you believe is right. You have to find your own, because that gives you the belief and trust that your soul is there and that it's guiding you. Otherwise, you fight against it. When you fight against your soul, what it's telling you, that's when you start to get different illnesses. You go downhill, you get depressions, irritable bowel, and all those kind of things when you're fighting what your soul wants to do. If you embrace what your soul is asking you for, you just thrive. What you lose then is people and friends, because you kind of get this glow about you because you're working as soul, and then other people are like, who's she? What's she got? Why is she like that? She's changed, you know, and then they start to drift away. But that's just what they want to happen. The universe wants those people to drift away because they're no good for you. You've had your day. Yeah. And that's like Emma's saying, what was it, Emma, that said people come into her life, she just helps them and then they go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not all of them, eh?
Yeah, no, everyone. That's what I mean. I've lived quite a lonely life, if it were, you know, for my children, but having friends or things like that, they don't ever last.
Yeah.
So
amazing.
I've always been on my own. I can go out, I have work, you know, you have your work friends, people you know like that and things, but not people that I hang out with and go out and do this or have round or get invited around, nothing like that. I'm a bit of a hobbit, really, but I don't know if that's my choice.
A hobbit. I love it.
Yeah, it's a good hobbit.
Good hobbit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Frodo, not Bilbo.
Yeah, that's the one, I'm Frodo.
You never know, one day that might change and it'll be like, you know, that would take some getting used to if you do start having friends. I'm a bit like that. I don't have loads of friends. I have some. I know a lot of people. But, you know, sometimes if that changes, it can be really overwhelming. And it's like, well, where's my space? What are you all doing here? Where's my space?
That's how I end up feeling. I end up But then I jump on a train with my kids and take them to Skeggy for the day on my own and back, and go on day trips and things. I do all that on my own. Nothing bothers me like that. But yeah, same as you, Jane, if I'm around people too much, it's like, oh, like, no, I can't, it's too much.
Yeah.
And then I like my own space again.
You'll do all right, Emma. I'm sure you will. You'll be so successful and everything.
Yeah, I'm happy with this way though.
Good, good. Right. Well, I hope Jamie's puppy.
Well, I've got Jamie, and I've got Jamie. Jamie's my neighbour.
Yeah.
I've got Jamie, bless him. He's stuck with me whether he likes it or not.
That's what I was trying to say without saying it. Some of your friends
Poor
are still
Jamie.
there.
I'll get away one day.
No, I was trying to say, look, Jamie's here.
He'll be in the shed at the bottom of the garden.
Don't start that. Let's not start that one again.
It'll be a nice shed, Jamie. You can see it, can't you? Detached shed with an annex for the dogs.
Yeah, so
I was about to do that with all
access to
three
dogs.
dogs in there with me.
Yeah, you can have all three of them in there.
Yeah. Oh, you can have a little dog hospital, nursery, and everything.
That's what Jamie wants to do. I'm surprised he didn't say that. He wants a bit of land, and he wants to open a dog sanctuary and look after dogs.
I couldn't hear what he was saying, to be honest, because it kept going robotic to me. I don't know if it did to everybody else when Jamie was
Yeah,
speaking.
it did. But yeah, he wants to look at a little bit of land, and he keeps looking at them because there's little bits around here. And he's thinking, oh, I wonder if I can get hold of that somehow, and could I get hold of that? And this is what I want to do. He wants to, like, babysit dogs, look after dogs, because there's nothing like that around here.
Go for it, Jamie. You've got the temperament, from what I've seen, anyway.
Yeah.
So go for it. Find that land, find the money, find the land, and do it.
Yeah, I'll kick him up the bum too.
Yeah, you do that. Thank you, everyone. And unless you've got any more questions or that, we're going to end there. And it's been lovely connecting with you and hearing your little stories and everything. So thank you for that.
Thank you, John.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Jan.
You're welcome.
Enjoy the rest of the evening.
Yes, and you. What time is it? 7:30. So yeah, that's good. We've still got a little bit of evening left.
Yeah, still bright.
So enjoy. Take care, and I'll see you on TikTok.
You too, Jen.
Yeah,
Thank
take care.
you. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Thank you. Bye.